Red pill disclaimer. Welcome to Gawdzell's channel. By watching this video, you are choosing to take the red pill and see how deep the rabbit hole goes. All opinions expressed are Gawdzell's alone, and any copyrighted content belongs to its respective owners. Viewer discretion is advised.
Can you see it now? Can you see the matrix?
Yo, what's good, y'all? Go back to another one. You already know we like to get into on this channel. If you are new, we do like to get into creepy, weird, current events, funny sometimes, you know. But if you do find something in here that you disagree with, you know, that's okay. You are entitled to your own opinion. And so whatever you feel is wrong, just like you feel like I'm wrong about something, call it out. Cause I don't know everything, you know. So, but this is gonna be a great video. So stay tuned. Let's get right into it. It was crazy. Sorry that I gotta pause it, but did y'all ever see that live with Sean Jamal? He was talking about how Derrick Rose faked his injury. You know, because they didn't like how he was playing. He was playing so good. Even when he was going against LeBron James, y'all seen it? He would, like, LeBron James see him coming down the court, he about to get a dunk. LeBron James get out the way. Like, man, this dude, Derrick Rose was cold, man. He could have been like, I don't know. Like, he could have really been winning a lot of championships. For real. I would definitely say he would probably did that. He never got injured. But I feel like what happened was he had to, like, fake an injury or something. Something went down. I don't know. But that's what Sean Jamal said. I don't know if I believe that, but just seeing him talk about this right now is interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Matrix. I didn't shake out of that shit.
This is coming from a basketball player, y'all. That's crazy. You gotta really think about it. It's coming from a basketball player, a person that, you know, that's how you know, like, it's not all about just like basketball or like sports or like, you know, it's deeper than that, bro. These people got feelings. And they, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's deep. It get deeper than that. A lot of stuff. Really do.
Don't get fat. Whatever you do in life, do not get fat. It's already enough things in life to worry about. Do not get fat. Now, I'm not saying you can't have like a little, you know, fat is healthy. A healthy amount of fat. But a lot of y'all backs be huge. But I said this to say, I'm a reformed fat person. I grew up fat majority of my life. But going from in shape or like not fat to fat, that is a hard process of undoing because you're not used to the psychological aspects of being big. So you're digging yourself in a steep ass hole that you can get out of, but it's fucking hard. Somebody that's fat trying to get skinny or trying to get fit, I mean, that's hard within itself. But if you can control anything, control that eating, control that activity level, you are in control of that. You can push the plate back sometimes. Because I'm telling you, when you are overweight and you're not used to it, like that's not you, it will affect you mentally, like it will affect you so drastically, you won't even feel like you're the same person because you're not. You don't even look like it. So message of the day, push the plate back and lock in. Don't get fat.
Yo,
whatever you do in life.
That is so funny. Message of the day, push the plate back. Yo, that's real though, man. I mean, nah, man, don't. You know, sometimes you just gotta not eat sometimes, for real. Some days you shouldn't even eat. And some days, you know, you have them days where like, you know, I ain't hungry. I can go for a burger, you know. McDonald's, not McDonald's. Don't go to McDonald's for my break. I wouldn't go to McDonald's for my break. But you know, something like that, you know, we get like that. But yeah, man. Try to slow down. And definitely the person that like to eat a lot, you know. Slow down a little bit. Because getting fat, I don't wish that on nobody. For real. It's not it.
It's illegal? It's illegal to collect rainwater.
You go to
in
every
America.
country, they're collecting rainwater.
You know, people are controlling the water. You know, it's going to be what T-shirt you wear, what political opinion, and who got beef with who. You ain't got no water. You ain't got no life. I'm trying to tell you, because, you know, a lot of people they want to call me crazy. It's like running a marathon. If I got some short shorts on and a tank top and I'm sweating hard as hell, running down a street, running the wrong way down a freeway, then you're going to say that person is crazy. But if 100 other people do it with me, then it's a marathon.
That's a good way to put it.
Killed that.
Yeah.
Killed that.
That's real.
It's illegal to
So y'all don't see nothing wrong going on right now? Like, y'all don't find none of this shit that's going on right now a bit concerning? Like, y'all know it's something wrong for real if I get on here talking about this. I usually don't get on here talking like this, right? The Deliverance came out, and it's been a big eye-opener for all the non-religious and the religious people, right? And then over time, we got new shows and we got new movies talking about religion and death playing a part in this. Like the new show on Hulu with Niecy Nash, she plays as a detective. I don't know how to pronounce the show, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, I suggest you go watch it. It's interesting, but it's like, and then with this Diddy situation, like shit is really unfolding, you know, in our eyes. Like it's really starting to unfold, and not even half, it's majority of Hollywood all tied up into this shit, and these celebrity deaths are starting to unfold because of this shit too. And now we got a flood happening in North Carolina / Tennessee, and we got this massive chemical shit happening in Atlanta. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm not gonna make no assumptions. I'm not gonna say that he's finally coming. I don't know, but all I'm gonna say is we need to be prepared mentally, physically, and spiritually. I don't know what's coming, but the shit don't seem right now. So y'all don't see nothing wrong going on right now?
Bruce, my girl ain't texted me in like 8 hours. We long distance in my cook. Let me tell you, bro. Just be single, nigga. Like, look at what you saying, bro. Look at what you're saying to me, bro. You think I'm in a place to tell you anything about a bitch, bro? You think I give a fuck about...
Women have a higher sex drive than you think. And they get tempted more than you think. They are not the angels that you think. Well, neither are men, but everybody knows that. If you want to have a loyal woman, you should look for a woman who doesn't have male friends, travel for business, or is in a male-dominated field. Just practical advice from a guy who lived it and happens to work with men for over 40 years and has been hearing story after story after story for decades. Does she seem aloof? Most likely it's because she's been with multiple men. As a woman's body count increases, her ability to love will decrease. You will always feel lonely next to a woman who's had sex with more than one man. Always. There will always be trouble brewing because she gave away something that keeps her sane. You will always feel like something's a little bit off, and you might dismiss it because of your own sexual past or your own history of instability, but the reality is body count does matter. Women have a higher sex.
Here we go again, folks. Another timeline shift, and this one might be the biggest yet. By the end of this month, Earth will suddenly have a second moon. They're calling it a mini-moon, but something about this feels off. We've had one moon for as long as we've known. Now, out of nowhere, we're getting another one, and people are just accepting this? No questions, no pushback, no deep...
Did y'all see this? Costa was now selling platinum bars. I just saw it on my feed. I'll look into that in a second.
Dives into the why. CERN has been messing with our reality for years, and it's no coincidence that these shifts are becoming more frequent. How long until they tell us we've always had two moons? That our history books were wrong, or better yet, misremembered? This is the manipulation of reality at work, and most people don't even realize it. We've seen them change small details before. But now they're playing with things on a cosmic scale. The timeline's shifting, folks. It's slipping, and they're rewriting it while we sleep. Pretty soon, our kids will open their textbooks and see two moons like it's always been that way. And you know what? Most people will buy into it, just like they do with everything else. They're twisting reality in front of our eyes, and only the awake can see through the cracks. Stay alert. Question everything. If they can rewrite our skies, what's next? Here we go.
I'm trying to figure out why they're selling platinum bars. What is the reason? Why are they selling that?
How much are these platinum bars actually worth? Let me show you. Hi, I'm Caesar with Crown Gold Exchange, and I help people just like you invest in gold, silver, and platinum without getting ripped off. If you take a real close look at these two platinum bars, this one is 0.5 grains and 0.25 grains. This is not to be confused with grams. There are 480 grains in a troy ounce, and this is half of a grain and a quarter of a grain. So how many grains do we have? So we have 10 of these half grains for a total of 5 grains, and we have 12 of these 2.5 grains for a total of 3 grains. In total, we have 8 grains. So now what we do is we take 8 grains divided by 480 grains in a troy ounce, and then multiply that by the price of platinum, which is $918 per troy ounce. And your grand total is going to be $15. Now these are best given to kids that you don't like. Don't go spending them all in one place, kids. Here you go. How much are these platinum bars actually worth? Let me show you. Hi, I'm Caesar with Crown Gold Exchange, and I help people just like you invest in...
I don't know.
Jesus tells you to meditate. Luke 6:6, when thou prayest, enter in thine inner chamber, and having shut thy door. The inner chamber is your mind, the inner self. Shut thy door means to turn off the thinking mind. Matthew 6:34, take no thought. He says this 5 times. Turn off the 5 senses and take no thought. When you turn off the thinking mind, you access pure consciousness, which is God. Matthew 21:12, Jesus went into the temple of God. Corinthians 3:16, do you not know that you are the temple of God? Jesus went within himself, connecting to pure consciousness because he knew that God is within him and within you. You build the Temple of Solomon when you balance the left and right hemispheres of your brain, Sol and Mon, sun and moon, which is the holy land of Israel, Isis, Ra, and El, which can help you astral project. Theologians tells you to meet the Lord in the air, earth, body, water, emotions, fire, spirit, air is mind. Take no thought, enter within your mind and meet with God. Raise your consciousness. If you want to become enlightened, join the university. Long form lectures, live Q&A calls, manifesting course, library filled with...
We need to learn how to be resourceful, limit our resources during a time of crisis.
This right here is not what you call being resourceful. This is what you call overstocking and greed. How can you be afraid of lack of resources when you are contributing to the lack of resources? If the entire shelves are cleared in one day, how will we be able to be resourceful? I want to know that in one day. Somebody comment under my post and said that somebody that they know still have tissue and hand sanitizer from 2020. That was not being resourceful. That was hoarding. The things that the people are afraid of is the things that they are contributing to. You are afraid of going out of stock, but yet you are the reason why we are out of stock. We will learn each time during times like this that us Americans, we are very greedy and selfish. And I talk about this on my last post. On this post that I'm stitching. However, it's the first week of the month, so the views are tanking for the people who are in the creators program. It's basically a reset for us and whatever. But yeah.
We need to learn how to be resourceful, limit our resources during a time of crisis.
This right here is not what you call...
You want to know why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter.
What did you make of what you just heard?
Well,
Jaguar Wright is known to be a conspiracy theorist. I don't really co-sign anything that she says. I've never had her on my show, and I don't have any plans to have her on my show.
You don't believe her?
She's got an album in 20 years, and a lot of this stuff is just stuff she's heard, things she's making up, and so forth. I'm not saying that there aren't serious things that Diddy may have done, but yeah, I can't co-sign anything that Jaguar Wright is saying, if that's your question.
Mr. Vlad, who I know to be a culture vulture, who takes from the Black community and doesn't give back and puts artists in situations where then they are indicted by the police, and he's very much so what we call police type investigation in the Black community. And for him to repudiate what Mrs. Wright has said, I thought was completely out of line. He can say he doesn't agree, which is fine, but for him to be someone who constantly uses the Black community and uses them as a means for his platform, I thought that was very inconsiderate and unprofessional.
So you want to know?
I don't know, man. Don't know, y'all. Maybe she might be telling the truth. Who knows, man.
Have you heard the rumors that music mogul Sean Diddy Combs might be taking the stand in his upcoming trial? It's stirring up a whirlwind of speculation, and not just about the case itself, but about what could happen if Diddy starts talking. Could this be a moment where secrets from the dark underbelly of the entertainment industry finally come to light? Some suggest that if the diddler testifies, he could reveal more than just the details of the charges he's facing. Could he expose hidden dealings between record labels, artists, and powerful insiders? After all, Diddy has been in the industry for decades, climbing to the top and building an empire. What does he know about the industry's inner workings? Or about incidents that have never seen the light of day? There's even speculation that certain figures in music and business might not want him to testify. Could Diddy's testimony threaten to pull back the curtain on an industry that thrives on secrecy and manipulation? With so much on the line, and with so many powerful people potentially involved, is this more than just a simple trial? If Diddy takes the stand, the question is, will the world finally hear what's really going on behind the scenes in the music industry, or will the truth remain hidden? Don't forget to follow and keep our content alive. Have you heard the rumors that
I wouldn't, I wouldn't say I wouldn't, but man, I mean, at some point, all the truth is gonna come out, you know, because I know he don't want to really be in there, you know, he don't. So a lot of truth is definitely gonna have to come out for sure. I'm pretty sure a lot of people was there, you know, so this is gonna be a crazy time, man. That's all I have to say. This is gonna be a crazy time. It's tough.
This whole thing with the port workers going on strike is actually the start of the people versus corporate greed. We talking about a labor strike involving over 47,000 people. The port workers are part of the ILA, which is the International Longshoremen's Association. Now, the ILA has 36 ports across the country. Now, the strike started October 1st at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Some say the strike started regarding a contract that expired concerning workers' compensation. This strike could literally affect everything about how the country runs and functions. This isn't fear-mongering, this is actually what's going on. Pretty soon it may be a shortage on fuel, it may be a shortage on food, and maybe a shortage on everything that pretty much is the necessities that individuals need. Each day that these workers get on strike actually backs up the country more and more. The way it works is each day that goes by, it creates a backlog of containers and ships. American Farm Bureau Federation economist Daniel Munch told CBS Money Watch a 3 to 5 day strike will take 2 weeks to clear. If it goes into 3-week territory, it will be early January before it gets cleared. It also states that food products are likely to be impacted. This is all part of the collapse of the Saturn and Moon matrix. What you're witnessing is a rising up of the people, all right? People are actually tired of this matrix and tired of this draconian patriarchal system. And you would think that they would just compensate with those people, all right? Especially all the money that they send overseas, that this government sent overseas. You would think that the president would just step in and say, all right, let's take care of these workers. You know, these are hard workers. Let's take care of them. But no, you know, they're straggling it and dragging it along, you know, because we're talking about corporate greed here. Look, they can't take care of workers right here in this country, but since Israel's founding in 1948, it has received $158 billion in military aid from the United States. Pac was right when he said they got money for wars but can't feed the poor. Because of it, their actions are going to seriously backfire. I told you America, aka Babylon the Great, is falling, all right? And this is all due to the cosmic ionized particles that are hitting the planet. This ascension process is causing the matrix to crumble. This is why you need to fully focus on preparing yourself for the cosmic shift. You should be consuming large amounts of chlorophyll and detoxing the body from anything unnatural to it. Chlorophyll is the substance responsible for giving plants their green pigment. Chlorophyll is synonymous to blood.
To be real, we really don't even need this food that they got anyway. So look at the fruit, y'all. Come on, man. Can't even get seeds in them. I mean, I don't want, no one should start it that, but I'm just saying, the food not even healthy.
Blood, and it's the best hands down for detoxification of the body. Chlorophyll contains a fat substance called mycelium that wraps around unwanted materials to expel them from the body. Chlorella and spirulina in particular are the best for chelation therapy. This is all required to prepare your body for cosmic light co-integration as we move forward in the ascension process. The sun is going to get more and more intense, all right, as it pierces through what's called the magnetosphere. These ionizing particles have an effect on our biological makeup. Pretty soon we are going to convert from a 666 carbon body to a crystalline structure as our 12-strand genetics activate. This is referred to as the crystalline silicate matrix. Currently, all star seeds are going through a mass awakening on the planet. Highly recommend herbs like Haritaki to open your third eye chakra. Haritaki is great for decalcifying and activating the pineal gland. Pineal gland is your cosmic gateway and brain's antenna. It's essential for dream recall, psychic abilities, remote viewing, as well as increased intuition. Everything is going crazy on the planet. This should be your primary focal point. For all high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension. This whole thing with the port workers going on strike is actually the start.
It honestly blows my mind how nobody is talking about this. Everybody's talking about what happened to Diddy, but nobody's talking about how Cat Williams been exposed him.
Who's gonna turn down $50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times.
4 times?
4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you.
I can only imagine what those parties would have been, considering that he owned over 1,000 bottles of baby oil. And he's been exposing P. Diddy for the longest, and he said he knows way more about other celebrities, so comment who you think he's going to expose next.
Bro, I don't know if I'm tripping, but the older you get, day and night just become in between. Like you really create your own schedule unless you caught up on a job loop or some shit like that. But even if you're on a job loop, you still make your own schedule. And as every day go by, I realize like, yo, you have to create your life, bro. You're cooked. Like, if you don't plan your work and work your plan, bro, yours plan forever. And then that's just gonna be what it is. Bro, I don't know if I'm tripping, but
I am so in love with my life. My life just keeps getting better and better. The surprises I've had so far are so amazingly beautiful and peaceful. I'm blown away by the beautiful security and love in my life. I love the support that people give me just for me being myself. I love that the simple things that I do expand into peace and love in my life and other people's lives. I love the beauty of my creations growing every day like a garden that people admire. I love my light that I shine, and I live for a living. I love my peace of mind that stays with me, and I love my energy that it speaks for itself through all my creations. I feel so happy for what I do. It creates an infinite loop of good circulating in my life. The beautiful garden I've left, looking at all my experiences, have paved the way to inspire others. I've made my life beautiful. I am balanced with the unknown and my path. I demonstrate beauty with every form of energy I participate in, and I'm so grateful to be experiencing my light. I am so in love with my
That's
life.
what's
My
up,
life
man.
just keeps getting better.
You ain't gotta, feel bad for what you're doing or anything. Like, people gonna talk and say whatever they want to say, man. She doing what she feel is right, and that's what everyone should be doing. You should be doing what you feel is right and best for you. And with whatever you're passionate about, whatever it is.
Know why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
There's been obviously a lot of
Cruelty-free artistry.
Right, there's been a lot of
Hungaries?
Of course.
Whoa, what's she saying? My bad, y'all. I didn't mean to.
Professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
There's been obviously a lot of
Cruelty-free artistry.
Right, there's been a lot of rumor mill about what has happened in the rap world. A lot of allegations that the misogyny in the lyrics clearly was based on a general misogyny towards women away from the music, and that clearly seems to have been borne out by these charges against Diddy, which if he's found guilty of all this, he's never coming out of prison. How dangerous do you think?
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it for all of its precious jewels. We have too many lost. The list of lost is ridiculous, and everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job. Know why there's no vindication for me?
I don't know.
Because for
she maybe she just trying to get attention, who knows? But all I do know is Diddy did it. That's all I gotta say. It is what it is, man. That's his life. He shouldn't have been doing all that. Now I didn't caught up to him. Now about Jay-Z and Beyonce, I don't know. You just gonna have to wait and see.
Hungaries?
Of course I am, Mama. You know I'm always hungry. Today I have fried chicken pancakes.
Yum.
Whoa. Fried chicken pancakes? I ain't never had that. I ain't know. He ain't never moving out. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. What is he, 40? Yo, these comments is funny, boy. They is too funny, man. That's why he ain't never moving out. I mean, eventually one day he gonna want to move out. He gonna want to, girlfriend eventually. So yeah, it's gonna get to that point. But hey, mama be throwing down.
With
Mama be going
jalapeno
crazy.
bacon. Ooh. With the perfect sunny side up eggs, I bet y'all mama or y'all girlfriend can't cook this.
He said girlfriend. That's funny, man.
Enjoy.
He gonna have to grow out of that though, you know. But it's cool. It's what's up.
Hey, for all my Zatians, man, we don't got a chief before we go. Starting next year, starting right now. Starting right now. Mandatory 420 friendly. It's all that alcohol up in there, man. The Zatians don't gotta smoke before they eat no more. Hey, for all my Zatians, man, we don't got a chief before we go. Starting next year, starting right.
I know y'all tired of eating that bullshit from up the street. Come to Jamaica real quick so we can show you how we do this meat. You see all that stain and cane we put up in there? Jamaican shit different. Look at it. You already ready to stick your fucking finger in that pot. The pot hot. Stop. We not done. Oh, more fucking cane and more fucking stain. Look at this shit. Look how they make their food. I wish I was a fucking Jamaican. Bumba! I wish I woke up and said, Bumba clot. Me should have I know y'all tired.
Yo, my bad. Y'all know I be doing my you know, be laughing at stuff. It'd be
She
funny.
had physical evidence
Y'all be laughing
against
too.
Diddy and some of these other celebrities, and she took a picture of this, also showing proof that she turned in physical evidence.
I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy. Maria Z, I did that interview in 2021, 7 months ago. We made sure, I already knew, that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested. I already knew that 7-8 months ago. We went and made sure there were sworn documents. We have them. When we went to Colorado for the A to Z event, we had a lot of legal evidence that we made sure we already had because we knew a list of people were about to get got. You can't run for that long. I'm just shocked we're finally seeing the day. Do you understand that their music is their diary? All these rappers, they're telling you what they did. The music, it's telling you what they did. The comedy and the art is a reflection of life. I got a reflection of life for you. Let's be clear. You federal prosecutors, you have video surveillance from Diddy's house from 2008. Look in that 2008, 2010 span, you'll find her video there. You want to send it? Send it over. She'll say, yeah, that's me.
Allie Carter also made a video just recently speaking a little bit about the Diddy party. So I'm about to roll y'all this clip and you guys let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Diddy parties.
She had
I don't exist. So they're all characters that I played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. Jim Carrey was a less intentional character because I thought I was just building something that people would like, but it was a character. I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern. I don't exist.
I'm not worried about the port strike, okay? I'm not worried about that. I feel like we can make it through that. What I'm worried about is the people's reaction to the port strike, because people already are going to the stores, stocking up on everything that they can.
You're right.
There's not a lot of people who can even afford to do so right now. So it's like people are going to the store and stocking up on all toilet paper, paper towels, canned goods, and all that as much as they can. People who, are able to do so, and it's people who, are affected by the hurricane who still can't even get right, or are still going through losses. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the reaction to the port strike, which is going to create so much chaos and leave it to where people are struggling even more after this disaster. I'm not worried about the port strike, okay?
What you think about the passport, bro? The men who go out to other countries, they kind of give up on black women.
Passport bros, the reason you're a bro because you're not a man. I can't respect them, man. I can't even lie, because all of your ancestors grew up on this land. Especially if you're a man, you have a responsibility to fix your country. This ain't the white man country. This ain't USA. This don't belong to nobody else but you. You was born here. Your ancestors died on this land. You being a direct descendant of them, is your job to fix this planet. You gonna die like the rest, reincarnate and come back.
What you think about
There is a massive banking outage that is taking place in the United States right now, and people can't even access their own money. This outage started 5 p.m. yesterday when people weren't able to access funds. Bank accounts are reflecting zero and debit cards are not able to be used. You also can't fucking withdraw money. What a coincidence that this happens right after Russia decides to freeze the U.S. assets of JP Morgan and Chase, as well as Citibank. This was from yesterday at 5 p.m. and it reported that outage that said Bank of America customers reported having trouble accessing their bank accounts on Wednesday, as well as being able to use their debit cards and their account reflecting zero. But are we going to talk about what happened right before that at 3 p.m. October 2nd, which was yesterday in Russia, when the Russian court freezes funds of U.S. banks, JP Morgan and Mellon? The Moscow region froze funds of the U.S. bank held by the Russian branch of Citibank, as well as funds of JP Morgan and Chase, which was held by that affiliate of Morgan Chase Bank, amounting in total to about $372 million, right? Because a lot of y'all don't know that Chase is the U.S. consumer and commercial banking business of JP Morgan and Chase. As of now, they say they are working on this outage. Sounds like the U.S. banks are having some money problems, if you ask me. They say customers are getting a message displayed for one Bank of America customer that the current balance amount for one or multiple accounts were unavailable and that they basically went broke in a matter of fucking minutes. But this is just a coincidence. And remember, cash is king. There is...
Hey, you know when them birds start moving, something coming. Whoa. This video from like last year, but still.
Mom's name is Shelly Carter.
So let's.
Mom's name is Shelly Carter. In 2021, we did a live interview with Maria Z. We went viral in 2020. Today is September
23rd.
23rd?
Yes,
it's 23rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, September 23rd, 2024. In 2020, I went viral, and we lost our home. We lost our animals. We lost everything. I am a dance teacher. I was working as a choreographer, an after-school teacher, a volunteer for doing hair at foster care agencies for free. I was starting to turn around and try to feed the homeless and go back to where I come from, packing backpacks and things for children. I don't need everybody to love me. I don't need everybody to like me. To each its own, right? I have been screaming underwater since I was 3 months old. I went into foster care at 13, 14. We tried to do a case against Riverside County Child Protective Services because Riverside County, do you hear me? Riverside County Child Protective Services was involved in my trafficking. Can y'all still hear me? I never thought that we would see the day where Diddy would get arrested, and I told you guys in that Maria Z interview in 2021 that no one tells on Diddy. P. Diddy. Alright? Just the same way nobody tells on Denzel Washington. People don't usually talk and stop and think about the children victims that are going through things right now as we speak, and the ones who suffered through all this bullshit. I decided to stop for a second and do some projects with projects all around, because we just said, you know what? This is our life. It's not changing. We stopped somewhere, and I've been hiding. My mom and I have been hiding. We've had our head down. We've tried to back up.
We've tried to tell you everything that we can, and now we have people messaging us, investigators, people that want to talk now, when now it's because it's trending. We're still not on the subject of the kids. All the adults are covering their asses. All the adults are, I left at a certain time, yet you knew children were there. You knew these parties were not okay. They weren't freak-offs. They were satanic ritual orgies. Mom's name is Shelly Carter.
You said it, man. I don't know how true this is, or if she even been affected by it. So, and if she have, proof right there. That's proof right there. That's all I gotta say. Shoot. Dang, it's over, man. This is a good time, man. It's like we at the point we about to sit back and because we still gotta be prepared, you know, for whatever's to come. We don't know what is to come, y'all. You know, the power can go out any day, you know, and so we gotta get prepared for real. Like, y'all, you gotta get prepared, like straight up. Like, if you haven't been studying how to grow your own food, I think that is the time, man. To, you know, get you a notebook, start writing down stuff. You know, I know I'm about to, because like this is serious. This is really getting serious, y'all. Not to even like go throw fear. I rather just be prepared, so I don't like have to rush later. You know. Yeah. Sure. Let's all get prepared for that, man.
So let's listen to what the creator of Whippets had to say, what they was created for.
Is Galaxy Gas? Well, you probably already know. But really, we're the best thing that's ever happened to your kitchen. Because Galaxy Gas is the purest culinary nitrous in the galaxy. Why start your morning off with that boring Keurig coffee when you can just as easily whip yourself up a nitro cold with that vanilla cupcake with cream as well. So stop spending excessive amounts of...
Alright, I'm gonna skip that.
Got a collar shirt on and everything. The director about to walk off like that. Look.
I wouldn't walk off like that.
She got a collar shirt
Why
on
are
and
we messing with her, bro?
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me and, you know, just turn their back on you in a second. So if she ever needs me, I'm gonna be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments, because people take for granted encounters, and I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. It was hard for me being...
I'm happy I clapped my BOA. They system's crashing. Accounts showing zero balance. Like, whoa. I bet you none of them get compensated. I'm happy I...
So as of right now, it seems that nobody can find the moon. And y'all remember that video from Scotland when the face showed up next to the moon? Well, this one over here is in London just before the moon disappeared again. And you can see the face right next to the moon. Look at that. But right now, nobody can find the moon. Look at that. Like, it's right there in the clouds. Y'all see that? And why does it look like a projection? Y'all see that? So this right here is in London, and this right here was taken in North Carolina right before Hurricane Helene. Y'all check this out. Look at that. You're gonna see two moons up there, right? But at the same time, you can see the face over here. Y'all see that? Look at the two moons. Look at that. Wow. So this is right, and then now nobody can find the moon. Nobody knows where the moon is. That thing is just up and at 'em. Just like disappear completely. Isn't it supposed to be a new moon? Isn't it supposed to be a new moon? And we just had a solar eclipse. Look at that, y'all. But let me know if y'all seen the moon down in the comments below, y'all. This thing is getting crazy.
The situation in Asheville, North Carolina is getting more sinister by the day. Not only is the mud toxic and they're not letting people know, but we may have just figured out the reason why they are not allowing anyone to render aid to these people that are in desperate need for help. In Asheville, South Carolina, after 188 people are dead, there are survivors that need help, food, water, batteries. They are literally out there looting. People are trying to get in and help them. Private agencies, people with their own helicopters, and they are not being allowed to pass. Police are blocking off stores. Sheriffs are not allowing people into or out of certain towns or areas to help these people. And then this morning, we have this very eerie tweet that claims to be the reason why. This needs to go far and wide to put pressure on the government to do the right thing and save lives. This is coming from a Peak Prosperity member who is in the same area of South Carolina where this is going on and a part of what they are trying to do as far as stopping people from getting aid. They wanted to remain anonymously and had this tweet put out by Chris Matson, PhD. They say that they can't post this online because it's not quite public yet, but government officials had a town meeting with all the residents of Chimney Rock and basically told them the town was being bulldozed. Bodies and the land was being seized by the federal government, and they would not be able to move back, and basically their homes, the ones they were standing, were no longer theirs, and the federal government owned it all. Went on to say that there are a lot of conspiracies about the lithium mines. This could be why we are seeing people not allowed to go in and out of Chimney Rock, Asheville, and these mudslides that are potentially hazardous. And they're not allowing anyone to do shit. Water, nothing. No one can be rescued. And it's not making sense what the federal government is up to. The situation in Asheville, North Carolina.
It is officially the third day of the port strike, and people all over the US have already begun panic buying essential items like water and toilet paper. In multiple of these recent viral videos, you can see people stacking and overfilling their carts with these exact items, as well as a checkout line that appears to wrap all the way around the store. And this isn't even midday. This particular video was apparently recorded only minutes after the store opened. Unlike the panic buying of 2020, this doesn't seem to just be stopping at water and toilet paper. It seems like everything's being wiped off the shelves. Check out a small clip of it.
Everything is gone. The whole store is empty. Look, this is the freezers, the frozen section. It's shelves empty. Dairy, everything gone. I don't eat this stuff, but anyway, juice. Everything is empty. The whole store is completely empty.
As of now, the community seems to have divided opinions on the situation. While one side believes that it is necessary to stock up on essential items right now due to the port strikes, the other side believes that this is all getting blown out of proportion, similar to the 2020 situation. But leave a like and let me know what you think in the comments. It is officially the third day of the port strike, and
I don't know, man. I would say do what's best for you. You know, you feel like, you know, you just things is not gonna be good, turn out good, do it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, all that stuff, process, it's all bull crap. We need to just start growing our own food at this point. That's just it. We need to educate ourselves on how to live without this matrix. That's all I'm saying. And you know, I'm about to take that more serious. You know, for real. We all got like, come on, man. We gotta lock in for real. We gotta really figure out how we gonna like, how you gonna survive without this matrix. Cause back then we didn't go to no store. We didn't do all that. You know, so we got it in us. We just gotta, you know do our research and certain things.
So DDG said 9 to 5 should only be used to fund your own business. Now, the average person with a slave mentality can be, everybody can't own a business. Yes, they can. The world used to run off a barter and trade system. That means everybody has something to trade value. The job that you work, no matter how much you paying, if you're not funneling to some ownership, you're literally just going to be waiting for the stipend that they give you when you quote unquote retire, working for them. Jobs only set up for bill pay. That's about it. You got to get creative in this world, man. So DDG said 9 to 5 should only be used to fund your own.
Be creative.
Look at this, y'all. Look at this. This is how bad the flooding got. This is on top of a hospital in Irwin, Tennessee. Look at that, y'all. Look. And around them is completely demolished, y'all. This hospital is literally standing on business. Look at that. Wow. Y'all see that water? Look. And here's an aerial shot of what it looks like because they had to get flown out of there, y'all. Look. Here's more helicopters coming to help them. But yeah, y'all, look. Completely inundated with water. Like, what would you do in a situation like this? And did you hear about the stories of what has been happening with the media? It seems that they have been avoiding this story. They're not telling the severity of this. Have y'all been hearing that? Like, y'all wonder why that is? Why y'all wonder why all these distractions are going on right now? Look at this, y'all. And then to the very fact that there happens to be more on the way and that's looking to target the same exact area, y'all know what time it is. But yes, this is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I'm only raising awareness.
Yo, TikTok, so we have the scammers' bank information. We've got their name, their account number, their home address, and I have to call him back because I just did a wire transfer for him here in the next couple of minutes. So join the live to check it out now. Yo, TikTok, so we have the scammers' bank information.
Hello? Ellie! Guys. I did not know that thing was in there. Hello? Ellie!
Are you guys listening to like the astronomers and people from the Pentagon and how they're talking about ancient Sumerian gods returning? And like they're saying the new secret going around all these government elected sites is that the ancient Sumerian gods are returning. You know, fallen angels. Because if you know anything about ancient Sumer, you know that those weren't gods, that those were deities from another planet or from the heavens as ancient Sumerian people described them. But I'm going to let you hear this audio recording.
I've heard from people in the Pentagon that the buzzword in the secret of secrets in the Pentagon is the Sumerian gods are returning, and that's what they're referring to as that whole area that appears.
Wow!
Can you repeat that again, just in case anybody missed it? The buzzword
in the Pentagon, in the military circles that are in the know about the cover up here, they kind of in whisper tones talk about the return of the Sumerian gods. And they're talking about the what we would call aliens or fallen angels returning into the Middle East, into Old Sumer area.
You guys, what if they are actually trying to fight something else in the Middle East? Everything else that we see is a result of that, and like the lives that are being lost are casualties. This old ancient Sumer is the Middle East. And if you know anything about the Book of Enoch, the Dead Sea Scrolls, all of these apocryphal texts that were either removed from the Bible or hidden by the Vatican all contain this information. Ancient Sumeria was a very advanced civilization. They created things like city-states, politics, the wheels, the 60-second metric system. And in their lore, in their religion, there are the sky gods, the Anunnaki, who are said to return every 7 jubilees. That could be the great cover-up that he's referring to. Are you guys listening to like the astronomers and
the main generational curse that I know I'm going to break is the one where y'all don't be taking mental health serious in the black community. You ain't finna tell me, oh, why you depressed? You got food on the table, clothes on your back. Bitch, because I listen to you ranting every day about the bills that you can't pay. I'm over here sad because I can't get good grades in school. But yeah, I mean, I got a burger in my mouth. I should be chipper and happy.
Black parents do not care about their kids' mental health because it's encoded in their DNA to not care. Somebody said on this app, the reason why we season our food so much is because we were given scraps and old food. So we had to season them in order for it to taste good. So if that's one psychological thing that we're still warping in our mind, what do you think are the other ones that are causing us to be in the state that we're in? I know that you've heard before that you got clothes on your back and a roof over your head, so you should be grateful. Can you guess where that psychological wiring came from? A slave master is a person who can master other people's minds. Black people were not just enslaved for physical work. I mean, you already know the amount of effort that they put in to try to hold us back. But they actually knew the psychological effects that this was going to do on our minds. There's so many examples that I can do for the 1900s comparing this situation, but let's just stick to slavery. You know how your parents tell you to be grateful for the clothes on your back and the food in your mouth because everything could be so much more worse. Let's travel some generations into our DNA and figure out why our great-great-grandmother was crying to the slave master asking, why haven't you given me my freedom? Why are you treating us like this or stripping us of our last name? And in response to every time we tried to emotionally, mentally, cognitively understand, the slave master who studied tricknology pretended to be clueless as to why you were questioning the things that you were questioning. I'm providing you with the basic needs of survival, so you should be grateful for me. Our ancestors were told if you obey your master, you will go to heaven. The same disregard that some parents have in melanated households is the same disregard for mental health that slave masters had.
There's a reason why the federal minimum wage hasn't been raised since the 90s. Because if we have the money to reach all the levels of this pyramid, then we don't have to rely on anybody but ourselves. If you haven't realized this already, the government needs us to rely on them. There's a reason they're not helping poor people or people who are lower class. And they get away with this by teaching us from a very young age that America is the only land of the free. It's kind of crazy that we never thought about we don't have as much free choice as they make us think we do. Because if we don't work for them, we die.
If you keep people worried about their survival and their shelter and their food, the safety of their children, and tell them that this is the reality of the situation you're in. So pull your happiness from being grateful that you have water, clothes on your back, a shelter, roof over your head. Then you should be happy. This book was about exactly that. So now that you've mastered the pioneers in science, medicine, agriculture, architecture, spirituality, writing, pyramid builders, astrologers, now you know how to run a country. Now you can do this for everybody. But that's another conversation for another day. Y'all have a good day.
So this wall.
The main generational curse that I know.
1985, tobacco giant R.J. Reynolds bought Nabisco Foods. Tobacco pioneer Philip Morris bought General Foods, and 3 years later, Kraft Foods, making them the largest food producer in North America, and leaving the business of food in the capable hands of the same corporations who helped addict us to tobacco. Using the same tactics they used to promote tobacco, food companies set about peddling the entire planet a diet of processed goods, loaded with chemicals and additives, masquerading as food. This new machine operates with specific targets in mind, like addicting consumers, without them knowing it. In 1985, tobacco giant...
Without them knowing it, yup.
So let's listen to what the...
If you're deficient in a certain B vitamin, you will get a condition known as restless leg syndrome. The restlessness is coming from the deficiency. So food creates our mood, okay? The same way that the quality of fuel will determine whether or not a vehicle will not only perform good in the moment, but also perform good over time. If you get fuel that is filled with trash, then guess what? You will ruin the car. When you get premium fuel, guess what? The car will last a little bit longer and also perform better as well too. And it's the same thing when it comes to our body. We have to look at food as if it's fuel, and we have to have high quality or premium petrol. If you're
Now I know why it's called Eyes Wide Shut, because that movie shows you something about real life, how these people in power really live. And they don't mind having to kill a prostitute as part of the ritual. They couldn't care less. They rape and plunder, and then after they're through with you, then they will kill you. And then they take off the mask the next day, and they're your top attorneys, your politicians, your doctors, and all of the cream of society.
Food cures cancer. I don't want to say that because New York Times is gonna take that and say he's gonna cure cancer. But true enough, it's like your food, your diet is the most important. You're living. Yeah, you're living. Yeah, you're living because you don't want to die. And, you know, you are what you eat. You are what you consume. You are what you. I mean, fresh food, cures cancer.
Consistency, discipline, and strategy will always overcome spontaneous actions, as we learned from the tortoise and the hare. See, because it doesn't matter how fast somebody start. They might be more funnier, they might be more charming, their team might be better than yours on paperwork, but the superpower that you got is discipline, consistency. Now that outweighs natural talent, charm any day. See, you focused on your goals, you focused on the finish line, you walking it down step at a time. Nothing outside of that can distract you from this. And see, when we stop looking at what we don't have and looking at what we have,
in doing what the tortoise did, literally walking down his goals, literally step by step. I'm not worried about that the team in front of me. I'm worried about finishing that goal. It just so happened, by me focusing on myself, I didn't end up passing somebody who had a head start. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on what y'all think about this video in the comments.
Happens, man. You gotta stay focused on you and what you got going on, you know? And be grateful for what you got, you know? Because it could be taken, that can get taken away, you know? So just be grateful for what you have. You really do gotta, you know, be grateful for what you already have in front of you.
This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're $35 trillion in debt. We don't have any money. We're dead broke. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out, because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our damn money that we paid in? I could have put my Social Security money 40 years in tax in the market and probably be worth 8 to 10 million today. But the federal government wasted it. People are going to have to work, continue to work longer and longer. Am I right, Ms. Ginger? Can you say something about Social Security?
Yeah, and I'd like to point out when Social Security was first founded, those who established it was started out as a 2% tax, and they said this will never take more than 6% of your income. Today it takes 12.4%. And depending on whether you go with CBO or Social Security trustees, it needs to take between 15.8 and 17.5%.
This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off.
Nah, this is not cool, man. That's not cool, man. You doing all this working and then you can't even get, you know, retirement money or nothing. Yeah, that's not it, man.
Researchers at Wake Forest in North Carolina, where I underwent 2 MRI brain scans. This first scan with no caffeine in my system. Then I downed just 1 drink. Now my second MRI. This was my brain before caffeine. This was after. The difference was remarkable.
It's like a 40% drop in the blood flow to your brain. So that's a lot.
So before caffeine, with caffeine, the blood flow to my brain dropped about 40%.
40%.
Really?
Yeah.
Researchers at Wake Forest in North Carolina, where I underwent 2 MRI brain scans. This first scan.
The system is fucked up. It's just designed totally. And not only designed, but there's a dedication to keeping us at the bottom of this country. We have to pool our resources. We have to think about ourselves. This shit ain't gonna work. We ain't gonna survive this. The way it's going. It's just designed that I can't see the future. So we gotta change this shit. I don't trust none of them. No president has done right by us. You know, but who knows? You know, who knows what's gonna really happen? You know. And if y'all don't want to hear the truth, then that's your, you know, that's kind of a personal problem. We gotta push people to do something big, and do it right now. The system is fucked up.
I don't know, man. I don't take like these celebrities serious sometimes. Like, I just don't. I feel like they just be talking out because they maybe they're not getting paid enough or something, you know. But is he lying though? Not lying. The system is messed up. Yeah.
Hey yo, peace fam, Source God, Orion TV, bang, bang, bang. More life, family, bliss up, abundance, no, already. So yo, council, check out these waveforms. I have never seen waves operate like this. And this is from that Helene storm that literally wrecked the whole place. Let's just call it what it is. But yeah, these were the kind of waves that were popping up during the storm. And it looks like water shooting up from underground in a way, or a frequency. I don't even know. It's just, I've never seen water move like this. And the destruction that came with the storm, yeah, it was a special storm. Some are saying HARP, of course. Some are saying, weather modification. All I know is it's bigger judgment. Like we've been saying, it's the year 2024 on the Gregorian, and we're seeing things we've never seen before, such as this. Anyway, y'all let me know how you feel in the comments. And check this out real quick. This is a dam breaking in Virginia.
Whoa.
Nutty. Yeah, you done know, family. It's time to gear up. You guys see the motion.
Damn.
Move accordingly. Let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel, honestly, maybe they're not doing this. Well, they did show, there was a video where the hurricane that's happening now, I guess it already happened before and it had the same name, Helena or something like that. That one, that hurricane. So I don't know if it's modification, is it hurt? I don't know, but all I know is change is coming. That's all I know. That's all I can say is we really do have to get prepared because it's looking like they're gonna do anything to keep this planet. You know what I'm saying? They will do anything to keep this planet for themselves, man. They would literally destroy this planet before we can even, rebuild it. They would literally destroy this whole planet. Look how they're doing it now, man. It's a mess. A mess. It's a mess down here. Oh, wow.
Take it easy. Wow. Oh, you big baby.
We gotta be
Okay, my healthy friends. For those of you who are running to the grocery store right now in a frenzy, worrying about there not being any tissue papers, any toilet paper, any paper towels, you don't have to worry about that. Those are not items that are affected. The items that are affected are seafood, electronics, alcohol, car parts, and bananas. Relax. It's not affected. And it says that in the store as well. They'll tell you what's affected. Okay? Now, I would like to know your thoughts on this one. Hope you're enjoying our videos. And as always, please stay safe and healthy. Okay, my healthy.
A girl crashed her car on a rural road in 2004. A passerby offered to help her, but she refused, saying she had already called for assistance. But she never actually made any calls. And when the police arrived, she was gone. Her car was unlocked, and her cards and phone were missing, but all her other belongings were left behind. A massive search ensued, but no trace of her was ever found. Theories about her disappearance range from foul play to voluntary disappearance, but none have been proven, and to this day, her case remains unsolved. A girl
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this. He said, if you ate one meal every other day, you would only get sick one day every 4 or 5 years. Wow. And he said, I then asked Master Father Muhammad, what can I do to get rid of that one day of sickness every 4 or 5 years? He said, if you eat one meal and fast for 72 hours, there will not be enough poison in your body from the previous meal to even get you sick one day in your life. So that tells us that sicknesses, all the illnesses are food related. If we would not eat as much as we do and fast more, then we will find ourselves being able to cure. The body, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, your body is its own hospital. But to get it open for business, you got to fast. And when you fast, you open the doors of your hospital to heal you. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this. He said, if you ate...
How many of y'all be fasting? How many of y'all out there be fasting? You only eat one meal a day. I'm one of them. How about you guys, man? It's okay if you don't. You know, I know people like to eat, so yeah, man. Just take it easy, I would say. But if you fasting, shout out to you, salute to you. Yeah, and if you eating 1 meal a day, also salute to you. For real, keep it up.
Everybody says discipline is so important, but they never want to tell you why. I'll tell you why discipline is so important. It's the strongest form of self-love. It's ignoring something you want right now for something better later on. Discipline reveals the commitment you have to your dreams, especially on days where you don't want to. The future you is depending on the current you to keep the promises you made to yourself yesterday.
That is so true, though. The future you is definitely counting on you to make the promises that you said you was gonna do, man. So that's why you just gotta be disciplined. I know, like, some days y'all probably don't want to do some things. I mean, look, some things I don't really feel like recording, so you just gotta push through, man. It's all mental. This is a mental plane of existence. That's all it is. It's a mental game. If you can mentally get through it, man, you can physically get through it. For real. That's real.
So this right here is the Bible from 1775 telling us at the time that we used to have 13 months. The first month of the year is March. Look at all the way to the end, guys. There's 13 months. 13 months. First day of the week, Sunday. Second day, Monday. Look at that. Seventh day or Sabbath, Saturday. This is the proof right here.
One of the things Constantine did was because he wanted the pagans to worship God, Jehovah, was he moved the day of worship to the day of the sun, which is why we now worship on Sunday. Because Sunday became a pagan day. Well, another thing Constantine did was move the day of Jesus' birth to December, because Tammuz died on December 23rd. And it was believed, because Nimrod, his father, was a hunter, it was believed that Nimrod would be reborn in his son Tammuz. And his son Tammuz's birthday was December 25th. And what you would do on Tammuz's birthday was you would set up a tree. Deuteronomy 16:21. You shall not plant for yourself any tree as a wooden image near the...
So this right here is the Bible from 1770.
Behold, this is the literal definition of you can't eat at everybody's house. And I know you might be confused on what's going on. So let me explain it to you. This man has trained his toenails to be the equivalent of a butcher knife. And
a lot of you dudes ain't never gonna get your goals because of that broad sitting next to you. Energy is so bad. You know, it's counterproductive to that manifestation you're trying to have. You putting out all this good energy and these good thoughts, law of attraction. Then she texting your phone, now you got bad energy. You know, she don't want to see you win because you ain't been 100 with her. So she's putting out counterintuitive energy into the world. And the reason that most of these dudes ain't successful is because they're not on the same page with their woman. That's why I say, like, a woman is not as valuable as a man. But I know when a woman is just as valuable as a man, and that's when her energy is right. When she's lending you that creative energy, that emotional energy that manifests and create worlds. When you do get a woman on the same page, the right energy, the right emotion, then you can manifest millions. A lot of you dudes ain't never gonna get your goals because of that broad sitting next to you.
Like a bunch of people dancing. That's what it looked like. That's cool.
We are so busy in our healthcare system, billing and coding and paying each other, and every stakeholder has their gigantic lobby in Washington, D.C., and everybody's making a lot of money, except for one stakeholder, the American citizen. They are financing this giant, expensive healthcare system through their paycheck deduction for health insurance and the Medicare excise tax. As we go down this path of billing and coding and medicating, and can we be real for a second? We have poisoned our food supply, engineered, highly addictive chemicals that we put into our food. We spray it with pesticides that kill pests. What do you think they do to our gut lining and our microbiome? And then they come in sick. The GI tract is reacting. It's not an acute inflammatory storm. It's a low-grade chronic inflammation, and it makes people feel sick. We are so busy in our healthcare system.
Heaven Azania, what are you watching?
Like this.
You're out of your mind. Put your hand in here.
Every warrior must learn the simple truth that pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional.
We've entered the age of convenience. We're sleeping less, consuming more, and physical activity is a choice, not a necessity. When we live in a sedentary state, all of our body's systems are weakened, which creates an environment that feeds the growth of cancer cells inside us. So what happens?
Please, people, tell me you guys are being active. At least be active, man. You know, take a walk, to the gym if you can, do some push-ups. The big one, though, take a walk. That's the best one. I would say take a walk at least a day. Every day, take a walk at least, you know? You ain't even got to walk far. You can just, you know, walk around your neighborhood, you know, wherever. Just take a little quick walk, you know? Instead of driving to the store that's close to you, take a walk to it.
If you introduce even a moderate amount of exercise into your life. With this anti-cancer pillar, your body will start to repair itself from within, cleaning out contaminants so when you exercise, you are decreasing your cancer risk. At the same time, you will also reduce excess hormones that stimulate cancer growth, all of which boosts your immune system and makes you more resistant to disease. With all that going on, odds are you'll feel better too. And you can do it by taking just one small step. And then another. And another. And another. We've entered the age of...
The fleas are placed inside the jar, and the lid is then sealed. They are left undisturbed for 3 days. Then, when the jar is opened, the fleas will not jump out. In fact, the fleas will never jump higher than the level set by the lid. Their behavior is now set for the rest of their lives. And, when these fleas reproduce, their offspring will automatically follow their example.
You think you can help me with this? It's pretty heavy.
Oh, no, dude. No, dude. What's going on, bro? Somebody's in it.
Just real quick. Just please.
No, dude.
Between me and you.
Dude, I can't do that.
Just real quick. Alright, can you at least help me?
No, dude.
Can you at least help me put it in mine?
No, dude, you crazy.
Just real quick. I just want to just put it in there and we're good to go.
Dude, you're a good guy, dude. Don't do this. You're young, you're handsome. Please.
I'm sorry. Yo, that get me every time. He said, you're young, you're handsome. He said, dude, you're a good guy. You're young, you're handsome. Yo, he's funny. He said this dude should become a hostage negotiator. Oh my God, that is funny. A hostage negotiator. Wow. He definitely talk his way out of some problems. I would say that.
You're a good guy, man. Look at you, bro. You're a good-looking guy. You're in shape. Can we let her out, please?
You're in shape.
Please, come here, fella. I'm so sorry. Come here. Don't let her out, man. Okay, can we do it? Yes? Please? Please. Please.
Let me out!
Please, man, please. 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 Who is this kid?
It's a long story. You think you can help me with this? It's pretty heavy.
Help!
Oh, no, dude. No, dude.
He said, oh, no, dude. No, dude. He said, you're handsome. You're in shape.
What's going on, bro? Somebody's in it.
Just real quick. Just please.
No, dude.
Between me and you.
Dude, I can't do that.
Just real quick. All right, can you at least help me?
No, dude.
Can you at least help me put it in mine?
No, dude, you crazy.
Just real quick. I just want to just put it in there and we're good to go.
Dude,
Open it!
You're a good guy, dude. Don't do this. You're young, you're handsome.
Oh my goodness, bro.
That you should absolutely never, ever, ever eat is microwave popcorn. Microwave popcorn is the devil for a lot of different reasons, right? But the problem with microwave popping corn is the lining of the bag. Okay, so first of all, they're lining the bag with like PFOAs. Now, this is like perfluoroacetic acid. And the problem with this is that it is considered to be a carcinogen, but it's linked to cancer, it's linked to infertility issues in lab animals once it's heated up. So the interesting thing is, if it's linked to all these issues in lab animals when you heat it up, and now all we're really doing is heating it up, you can't eat microwave popcorn without heating it up, now we've got a hot mess of a problem. Now the other thing is, there's something in a lot of microwave popcorn, when you see on the side of the bag where it says artificial flavor, or butter flavoring, or butter flavored, right? They're not using real butter here. What they're actually using is something called TBHQ and diacetyl butter flavoring, right? You can barely even say the words, but it usually says artificial flavoring, so on and so forth. The problem with it is that it's linked to brain inflammation. It's linked to different forms of dementia that you should absolutely never, ever, ever eat.
How many of y'all eat popcorn out the microwave? When the last time I had popcorn? Like a couple days ago, actually. Yeah. I won't be eating it that much though, like, you know. It's okay to indulge and stuff, but like, don't overindulge, please, man. That's gonna cause you to, you know, gain weight that you don't want to gain. Yeah.
1983, I did radiotomography with 30 watts, looking for oil in the ground. I found 26 oil wells over a 9-state area, and 100% of the time was accurate with just 30 watts of power beaming straight into solid rock. HARP uses 1 billion watts, beamed straight into the ionosphere for experiments. Picture these strings on the piano as layers of the earth. Each one has its own frequency. What we used to do is beam radio waves into the ground, and it would vibrate any strings that were present in the ground. We might get a sound back like, and we'd say, that's natural gas. We might get a sound back like, and we'd say, that's crude oil. We were able to identify each frequency. We accomplished this with just 30 watts of radio power. If you do this with 1 billion watts, the vibrations are so violent that the entire piano would shake. In fact, the whole house would shake. In fact, the vibrations could be so severe underground that could even cause an earthquake. 1983, I did radiotomography with 30 watts,
way to gain control of the most intelligent, powerful species on the planet would be to completely divide them from the love within themselves. As soon as they are old enough to begin creating an understanding of who they are, force them into a system that teaches them that it is wrong to be yourself if yourself is different from what is accepted as normal. Confuse them about their own biological makeup so that they think that permanently altering their body is the answer to happiness. Require their daily attendance at an institution that makes them focus only on the information that is provided. Make them attend that institution from age 5 until an adult and repeatedly test them on the information so that it becomes their truth. Give them an explanation to everything so that they never have a chance to make their own assumptions of the world. Scold them and humiliate them if they suggest an opinion that opposes that of their authorities. Keep reminding them of how cruel their ancestors were to each other in the past and broadcast how cruel they are to each other in the present. Only show them tragedies on the news so that they live in fear and think the worst of one another. Convince them that their species used to be that of an incognizant wild animal. Make them think that their very existence is so incredibly random that they lack purpose and struggle to make sense of a creator. Tell them that their kind is as smart as they've ever been so that they don't question the integrity of the system that they're in. Provide them idols with artificial beauty and use them as examples of what it is to look perfect so that they are never content with their own appearance and can't help but to compare themselves amongst each other. Create addictive digital platforms that rank them by numbers so that they base their self-worth off of the amount of followers that they have and are never satisfied. This way to gain control of the most intelligent, powerful species on the planet.
So many people think the artist, The Weeknd, is just a cool guy. He's got great music, man. But wait until you see this. At a concert in 2017 in Copenhagen, Denmark, everyone's dancing, watching, woo! Wait until you see this. Boom. Did you see it? You may not have even seen it. I'll play it again in slow speed. Look over here. What does that say? And why would he get it to say that? The truth is about all these concerts you go to with, like, what a strange concept. Like, what's with the freaking masks and the weirdness? But here's the thing. It's an energy vamp, dude. I had a friend who went to one of their concerts, this guy's concerts, and on the screen, it's like all this special effects, right? And it's like flame, so it's red. I don't know, he loves the color red. It seems half his concerts are freaking red. But in the background, you can actually see, as the flames are floating around on the big screen, you can see what they reported was like demonic faces in the flames. And it was really freaking weird. So I don't know. I just don't know if this music that he makes and the music videos and the concerts are as positive as if you went and listened to freaking Johnny Cash or something, man. Holy crap. So many...
Here's how you know somebody is intelligent. Like, this is basically a simple intelligence test. And it's an observation about intellect that goes back to the inventor Nikola Tesla, who is supposed to have said, pay careful attention to how many friends somebody has. For the more friends somebody has, the less intelligent they are. And the fewer friends they have, the more intelligent they are. Now, of course, this is an enormous generalization. Some highly intelligent people have many friends. But essentially what he was pointing out is that intelligent people tend to have a small, select, close-knit group of friends who often share the same interests. This is because intelligent people tend to be able to focus. Like, their time is very important to them. They have a lot of work to do. And so they want people who elevate them, who can contribute something when they're talking about difficult and interesting topics. And so a sign of intelligence is the type of friend someone keeps and the amount of them they have. The more friends you have, the less intelligent you are. The fewer friends you have, the more intelligent you are. Here's how you know somebody is intelligent.
I mean, hey, you got more time to sit with yourself, so I guess you have no choice but to, pick up information and, knowledge. So that might be true.
Rihanna was trying to tell us about Diddy way back in the day.
The theory that Rihanna tried to send us a message about the music industry in 2016. The short film begins with Rihanna playing with children in a white room. In this first scene, the environment seems very welcoming and conveys a sense of peace. This lightness, the white room, and the children playing and smiling at Rihanna symbolize innocence, making us think this scene represents Rihanna's life before the music industry. In this scene, the children, now with more serious and frightened expressions, are shown walking backward as if being pulled toward a dark door. In the same hallway, Rihanna finds a key labeled R8, symbolizing her 8 studio albums. Suddenly,
these two children transform into a child version of Rihanna. In the next scene, Rihanna appears in a room that looks like a studio with some musical instruments. Rihanna seems somewhat scared and confused about what's happening. She approaches and places her hands on an instrument, and dramatically, she starts acting as if possessed or controlled.
Try to
like
warn
a
us about
puppet.
the industry, y'all.
The lights go out, and several men appear behind Rihanna as if they
Stay
represent
weird.
the music industry.
Rihanna was trying to tell us about Diddy way back in the...
This whole thing with the...
My goodness, don't you remember when you went first to school? You went to kindergarten. And in kindergarten, the idea was to push along so that you could get into first grade. And then push along so that you could get into second grade, so on, going up and up. And then you went to high school, and this was a great transition in life. And now the pressure is being put on. You must get ahead. You must go up the grades and finally be good enough to get to college. And then when you get to college, you're still going step by step up to the great moment in which you're ready to go out into the world. And then when you get out into this famous world comes the struggle for success in profession or business. And again, there seems to be a ladder before you, something for which you're reaching all the time. And then, suddenly, when you're about 40 or 45 years old in the middle of life, you wake up one day and say, huh? I've arrived. I feel pretty much the same as I've always felt. In fact, I'm not so sure that I don't feel a little bit cheated. You can't live at all unless you can live fully now. My goodness, don't you remember?
That's real. That is real, man. You gotta live fully now, man. No matter what age it is, you gotta live fully now. Present moment, for real.
Officials say salt water is causing electric vehicles to catch fire. Pinellas County near Tampa shared this video today. It did not say when and where it was taken, but it urged residents who evacuated to contact them so the fire department can check on their cars.
Water and the ion batteries do not mix, and they literally explode.
And they did across the city of Tampa.
You heard horns honking all in the distance because the cars were shorting out.
Andrew Eleanor heard an explosion while hunkering down on Davis Island.
The lithium battery, it got inundated and then blew up.
And this was the aftermath, a charred electric vehicle surrounded by debris after the water rushed in. It wasn't the only fire. This one was along Blanca Street. Except in this case, Tampa's mayor says a fire likely started by an electric car spread to the home. It was gutted by morning, nothing left. A similar story in Seminole Heights. Tampa firefighters worked for hours to put this one out. Neighbors say water got in the garage with an electric car inside and a fire broke out. While it's unclear if the car was to blame, this serves as a warning for other owners.
If you have any equipment, any scooters, any bikes, electronic bikes, electrical vehicles that have been submerged in salt water, please, please do not try to power that on.
Officials say salt water.
Oh my goodness, man. That is crazy. That goes to show you that them electric cars ain't that safe. They're really not, man. That's sad. That's tough.
You get butterscotch pudding in your carpet.
All the bad stuff in an aluminium can.
We're just going to put this can into this really dangerous hydrochloric acid, which is why we've got the gloves on and the glasses. And this is really important because it's going to show us about chemicals. Sometimes they're hidden and you can't actually see them. And we're going to
The acid dissolves the aluminium, leaving behind a nasty surprise.
What the? It's like jelly.
It's
a jelly can.
Is this all the bad stuff in an aluminium can?
Yeah. So that is really the chemicals and the plasticizer that's actually inside the can. That's what this is. So that's to stop the contents eroding the tin can. So every time you're going to take a sip of a drink, you're likely to get some of the chemicals from the inside of a can.
And we see this in all cans, soft drink cans,
Every
beer
single
cans.
can.
Wow.
So what does that mean for the health of our sperm?
So it means that these chemicals that you're going to actually drink can actually get inside your body, and either that chemical or its breakdown products will travel to your testes and actually affect and negatively affect the development of your sperm and their function.
Oh, my poor boys. All right, glass bottles for me.
While further research is needed, it's thought that plasticizers are just some of the chemicals negatively affecting sperm.
So you can find plastics literally everywhere. So 4 main things or places where you find them would of course be till receipts, which people don't realise, soft plastic water bottles, for example, non-stick cookware, and of course things like personal care items like shampoos and conditioner, but they are everywhere. We cannot avoid them.
All the bad stuff in an aluminium.
So that means You really gotta start using glass. That's what I would say. Start using glass for real.
What if water is God?
Then that would mean God is both in us and all around us. That God is both above and below us. Why a woman's water breaks when we're born, and why some religions observe the ritual of baptism. But if water was God, then that would mean that God has no gender, that God takes the shape of whatever container God appears in, which would explain why we have so many different belief systems, which begs the question, what is the spiritual significance of poisoning the water in Flint, Michigan, or the oil burning in the Gulf of Mexico, or the large islands of garbage floating in the Pacific Ocean? If God was water, would that not mean that every natural place is holy? That every thunderstorm was a church without walls? That when the rain falls, it's an act of God's death giving life, and when it evaporates again, it's the day of resurrection? And life itself was just a test of learning how to be and flow like water, how to give life to other people, and how to refresh their spirits and quench their thirsts with your presence.
What if water?
High five. Do you like candy? I have the best candy you've ever had. It's a special candy.
Hi.
They make it for special kids.
Guys,
I'm gonna
like
give
you
it to
don't
you
be
right
giving
now.
Candy to little girls. Do you know him? I need you to cover your ears, honey. Okay.
Here you go.
I need you to back the up now.
Well, what's the
You
problem?
don't know her. She don't know you. Need to get the out of here.
She's a
back
neighborhood
up before
kid.
I put my hands on you.
Just relax, relax.
Because I'm a mom and I see this happening like every day in the news, and I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
As a mom, I just couldn't imagine if that was my kid, you know. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's right. She did the right thing. That's what I'm talking about.
Detroit, so y'all gonna keep acting like y'all don't know who these people is in these videos. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I know you know who this nigga is. He about to bust it down. Bitch.
Wait a minute, this is a big one. Chocolate regenerates stem cells?
All chocolate has some cacao in it, except for white chocolate. Cacao actually comes from a plant. Studies have been done to show that the flavonols in cocoa stimulate stem cells to come out of your bone marrow like bees in a beehive in your bloodstream, and they go out and they find wherever it needs to be repaired. If it's in your heart, they'll fix it. If it's in your liver, they'll fix it. If it's in your skin, they'll fix it. And so we can eat foods like high flavanol cocoa in order to be able to actually get the stem cells to work a little bit better. Men who are in their 60s with heart disease just have 2 cups of dark chocolate hot cocoa a day for a month.
Yeah.
And they doubled the amount of stem cells in their bloodstream, and their circulation improved measurably. There was a study called the Cosmos study that was completed recently that showed that eating high flavanol cocoa decreases the risk of cardiovascular death.
What is that?
So I live in a literal food forest, okay? I have 87 acres of literal fruits, nuts, everything growing around me. All of this right here are grapes. Some ripe ones. One of my plum trees. This is about to be my snack. Look at all of these chanterelle mushrooms. These are all pear trees that needs to be pruned.
Y'all gotta remember too, y'all. The earth do provide, food for us too. So we gotta find places, like you gotta find places where food is growing. You gotta learn how to grow your own food too. That would definitely help too. But this is dope. She over here finding all type of stuff.
But hey, we got pears. You can see the chestnuts. They're not ripe yet. A persimmon right up here is a persimmon tree. All right, over here is more pears, more apples. Look at these apples. Found some blackberries. Look at all these delicious wild blueberries. Look at these peaches. They are ready to harvest. So the farther I go back, I have more fruit growing. I have peaches, persimmons. I have wild berries. I have blueberries. I have walnuts and chestnuts. Literal food forest, y'all. So I live in a literal food forest, okay? I have 8.
Wow. I need me a food forest. For real, man. Like, just imagine waking up to that. Like, you just waking up to your food forest, you go outside, fresh fruit with seeds, man, that's the life. That's real life right there, for real. I gotta follow her. Gotta go on and follow her.
When someone takes control of your food supply, it should get your attention. Just like defending your home or your safety, you need to take it back. Today, just 10 companies control most of our food, and their goal is business profits, not your health. Don't be deceived about that. Bread is a good example. It used to be made from the whole wheat kernel, rich in fiber and nutrients, but in 1880, industrial mills began removing the bran and germ to make bread softer, more stable, tastier, and more profitable. Sure, vitamins were added back in later, but not the fiber or the healthy fats. And in the 1950s, sugar was added for longer shelf life and addictive taste. All of this fueled overconsumption, leading to weight gain and all kinds of health problems. After tobacco companies lost ground, they invested billions in processed food, knowing its addictive properties. So what do? Simple. Recognize processed food for what it is, educate yourself on alternatives, and stop buying it. You have the most powerful tool to change this in your pocket, your credit card. Find the companies making real food. They're out there. We can fix this. When someone takes control of your food supply, it should get your attention. Just like defending your...
I know this pussy ass nigga over here somewhere. Hey, yeah, nigga, yeah, bitch, I see you. Come here, let me holler at you real quick. Everything I need to tell you is right here. Come here real quick. Oh my God, this nigga running fast. Ooh, boy. On everything I love, boy, when I catch you, it's up. You know that, right? We running through this parking lot real fast. Where in the fuck is my catnip, nigga? Huh? This nigga gone. Oh my God.
Yo.
I'ma catch you, bitch. I know where your owners stay. Yeah, I know where your owners stay. This nigga gone. That's crazy as hell. This nigga done left. Motherfucker. I'm tired as shit. I gotta take my breath. I know this pussy ass nigga.
Cats really be running like that. That's crazy, man. Imagine being in that dimension. Like you're a cat. It's crazy. Like I wonder if this cat really getting tired of that. You guys enjoyed that, learned something new, got a little laughing, all that good stuff, man. And we'll be back with another video tomorrow. So it'd be great if you could stop by tomorrow, watch some more videos with me. But like I always say, send peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. And make sure you take care of yourself. If the weather is nice for you, get outside in the sun, get some sunlight. You don't got to be out there forever. Just stay out there for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. Just get you a little sun, all right? It's much needed. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next upload. Peace.